Hello and welcome to this episode of HXGN TV. I'm your host, Laura Beth Ezel, and joining me today from the Thornton, Colorado Police Department, I have Rose Kelly and Tammy Franciscotti, both joining me today. And Thornton recently switched over their records management system to using Hexagon Safety and Infrastructure's inPURSUIT WebRMS solution, and they are here to give us some insight, into how to handle a cutover like this and the lessons they learned that they can share with others. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Rose, first just tell us a little bit about Thornton.
Thornton is a suburban jurisdiction that is about 20 miles north of Denver. We have close to 200 officers, civilian personnel, probably pushing 300 now.
Okay.
So we stay rather very busy.
Right.
We do about 19,000 reports a year.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's about 120,000 people in the city of Thornton.
That you serve. Okay.
Yeah.
So what factors led to the decision to upgrade to a new records management system?
All right. Well,
I'll let you start with the technical side.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, current system is sitting on a very old operating system. It was an older version of, it was iLeads, but an old operating system, an out-of-date Fox Pro system that went with SQL. We needed something more up-to-date. We wanted to go thin client, so now we are totally web-based with WebRMS. I think it was a great decision to make.
And from the reporting perspective and managing the data, iLeads is very antiquated. It doesn't give us the ability to capture the data we need to with the current demands for the community we're living in.
Okay. So what were the problems? You kind of mentioned some of the old system problems that you needed to fix. And I guess what were some of your goals in deciding on inPURSUIT WebRMS?
Well, our chief's main goal is to be a data-driven organization, and we were looking for a versatile system that would permit us to customize it to capture the data that we needed to capture, as well as have the versatility to be able to access it from anywhere. And obviously mobility is in the future, and they want to be able to do it on their phones too, so all those considerations.
Okay. Do you have anything to add there? Okay.
No.
So what was involved in preparing for a cutover like this to WebRMS?
A lot.
Just a little, right?
Yeah.
From
a
all
lot
aspects.
of considerations. Yeah, there are aspects, things that you don't think of initially, like always have a training room available the whole way from the beginning to the end, because you never know when a bunch of people are just going to need to sit down in that room and run through a bunch of testing. You don't want the room being in use for any other reason. You need to keep those resources available to you. Even things like that, just an empty training room, because you never know when you're going to need it.
Yeah, and Intergraph tells you to anticipate a year for the upgrade process.
Right.
But you have the year prior to the upgrade process, and then you have the management after you upgrade.
Right.
And prior to the upgrade, you have all your data cleanup and making sure you have the systems and the teams in place to handle the workload and the demand. And the upgrade is a full-time job. Those people need to be dedicated to that time and that project.
So you've obviously been through this process now. Kind of tell me, where are you at now?
We are in the final chapter. We go live on August 15th.
Okay. So up to this point, what are some lessons learned so far in preparing for this cutover?
Oh my. Having buy-in from the top down, keeping the same group of officers the whole way through the process, whether they move from patrol into detectives, keep them there to keep that knowledge, and that way they can still assist with training, but you want people that are there from the beginning, the whole way through the process. You don't want to pull them out and throw someone else in halfway through that doesn't understand what has been accomplished thus far.
Right. And the product's actually loaded on your server very early on in the project.
Yes.
So you want your users in there using it the entire time. And every time something is done to that system, whether it's a patch or to fix something you've requested, something else can happen with that system. So those trainers have to continually do the same processes over and over again. And sometimes it does get monotonous, and you need the people that are dedicated to continually to do that for attention to detail.
Right.
So, with this go live coming up, what are you looking forward to? Once this goes, what, time off? Is that what you're
Flip the switch.
A little bit.
Flip the switch and
Yes.
leave?
Yes.
What are you looking forward to in benefits, of getting out of this system and for, the officers and everyone who'll be using it?
I am looking, just for myself, I'm looking forward to something where we don't have to load a client, where it makes it so much easier to make a change to the system to benefit them, that at most we may have to restart a service or log out and log back in, and it's there for them. We don't have to kick everyone out of the system, schedule downtime. It will be so much nicer for them and for us to be able to work that way in the future.
And from command down, everyone's excited about the amount of information we can get from the system, the alerts we can put on the system to be notified more in a timely manner. Right now, our detective unit uses log sheets, spreadsheet Excel, to crime types, who's associated, even down to pawned items.
Right.
And it gets checked maybe once a week. Somebody looks back over, oh, wait a minute, this was pawned over here. And now they go out to get it and find out who pawned it because it was stolen from a burglary 2 weeks ago, when we could actually have that instant notification the minute that pawn entry is made. So being able to manage our crime more efficiently is we're very excited about.
Okay. And you mentioned about, mobile in the future. So how does implementing a cloud solution like this, a mobile, help you in the future for advancements at Thornton?
Well, even right now, we use MPS. We also use Intergraph CAD. So we use MPS in the field. There again, is much easier for them to open a web page while they're sitting out in a parking lot somewhere, working on their reports when they have time. Before, they were actually logging into a Citrix server, opening that fat client, trying to look at all those little iLeads windows on a small tablet. And this, since it is web-based, it's all dependent on you just simply pulling that web page up. You can turn it sideways, you can scroll through, you can see everything. It simply makes it easier. And there again, even on a smaller device like a phone or a very small tablet, we're still able to function in the field, where now you really can't do that with iLeads.
Yeah, it just kicks you right out.
Yes.
It literally kicks you out. And I haven't even had time to tell you, I've got a wonderful email just last night that they've gone out and tested it in the cars, because obviously we're in that final phase, and they were thrilled. It's working, it didn't kick them out, they had constant connectivity, so to have officers excited about a system that they can collect data in to help them control the crime on the streets is fun to see.
Well, is there anything that I haven't asked you guys that you would like to share with our audience?
Just be prepared for a major project. It is a whole organizational change. And the way of thinking from the top down has to be ready for that change. It's not just the software. It's the people within the organization that need to change on how they view in collecting data.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your partnership and everything that you're doing, and wish you the best of luck, and look forward to continuing and watching your story and how it goes. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For more about Hexagon Safety and Infrastructure, you can go to hexagonsafetyinfrastructure.com. For more on HXGN TV and to watch additional episodes, you can go to hxgntv.com. Thank you for watching.